So, hey everyone. So my name is Ankit, and I'm presenting this web app called as Setu. So this is my official submission for the Best Possible hackathon. So this, let me just first tell you what idea this is based on. So I picked this up from this idea wall. The name of it is Rural AI User Testing, and uh, so the whole idea is basically all the products and web services that we build today in India is currently designed for urban populations who are like very tech savvy and know like what happens when you click this and how to do this and that. Like they are very technically and digital literate. But there's a different like there's different part of India which is like who has recently been introduced to smartphones and web products and services by government and other startups as well, and they and designing for them is not mainstream. Like there's no one solving for that. And what happens is usually the people who for example NGOs, government agencies who build this products for them, they have to go to on ground on field testing, and that takes a lot of time, and they have to come back and make changes and reiterate on the implementations and the product. So what we are doing is we are providing a tool which will help in figuring out those first pass cases which could have been easily resolved or could be found without going into ground. So I'm calling it Setu because it means a bridge in Hindi. So it basically helps you bridge the gap between your product and non-urban India. So how it works is there's just three simple steps. You just upload your product or app or services screenshots, screen by screen, uh, and then we create AI personas which have mix of different lenses and axes. For example, someone who has very not very literate, he knows very local languages, he doesn't know mainstream languages like Hindi or English. Someone who has very laggy connection, some let's say someone who is not very comfortable with uh, screens or like phone in general. And so, let's say for example someone who has been scammed and they are not very comfortable sharing OTPs or bank account details, etc., or even showing their face. And then we generate a report on like how all these peoples actually used your product, what are the drop off points, possible drop off points. And we also give suggestions on like how you can improve them, like what are the ways you can solve this problem. So yeah, so this is one of the example of a medical doctor consultation app. So this is just one of the example. So we'll just go ahead and do a complete flow of the product, and then I'll show you the workflow, like how I built this. And then also I'll show you the code, like the prompts I have used, the models, and the why behind those decisions. So yeah, I'll just go inside test your flow. So you can upload your screenshots here, like there are, let's say, 4 5 screens you can upload here, or you can choose from one of these screens. For the ease of demo, I'll just choose from this uh, doctor booking telemedicine app workflow. There are other examples as well, like pay, power bill. All these are possible products that government and NGOs are launching for rural areas, so that to bridge the gap. So okay, so there's a API call here which just takes all the details from the screenshots uploaded. You don't have to write anything. You can edit if there's anything you want to add, and you can name the app as well. And here we'll just run it. And by the way, I'm logged in, so I'll also show a flow, demo a flow where the user is not logged in, and we'll just log in again. Yeah, so here we are doing a API call to OpenAI, and we are generating personas based on the app screens uploaded. So it has generated five personas. For example, the first one is Rabi Patel, who is Gujarati, who has a weak 4G connection and an old device. And here are some of the details that is being generated real time. For example, he was cheated by a fake KYC call last year, and he doesn't trust any of the apps which requires face or OTP or anything. Like he has just trust issues with all these apps because of the incident that he faced last year. Similarly, we have Meena Raj, who is 27 years old. He has a shared smartphone. So usually in urban areas, people have like one smartphone and everybody uses it. So it's just a utility tool, unlike in other place, unlike in modern cities where like everyone has a different phone, personal device. So she has to take permission from someone else or family and consult everyone before doing anything. Similarly, we have Arun. He knows Kannada. Throttle means here the network is a little laggy, and he has a phone with 4G support. So these personas are being generated using AI, and the thing is, we have some set of 4 to 5 axes. For example, weak connection, language, type of smartphone, maybe latest or old. Uh, yeah, and there are like more than 20, I would say, lenses through which those personas go through, and through each person goes through, and the AI generates a unique persona for each of them. So the lenses can be someone who has been cheated by a fake KYC call last year. For example, someone who uses a shared phone, someone who doesn't have a same phone number through which he is trying to book a consultation. Maybe the number is at a different place, so he or she might get a OTP through in a different phone, and he might have to call someone to get the OTP, and meanwhile the OTP expires. All these cases, there are different type. There can be like unlimited kind of edge cases, like permutation and combinations here. So for now we generate only 5 of them, but in future plan we have something like user, I mean the one who is using this tool can generate their own personas as well, and edit the persona as well. So it will be completely customizable. So now what we'll do is we'll walk all these users through the all these personas through the workflow, like the actual screens. So there are 5 API calls being made here for each personas. Okay, so the report is generated. As you can see, like we tested 5 users. Out of five, only three reached the end and completed the whole flow. And you can see like it gives a report on which is the worst screen, which is the choose doctor screen. I think this is ellipsized because of the screen size. We can modify that. So here's the report on all of the 5 users. you can see the report by screen as well, like which screen has what issues. We'll go this one by one. And we have export report as well, like you can export the report and share with your team, with your designer, or maybe a different workflow that you're working on. And we have ask AI as well. So for example, Ravi Patel, so was Gujarati and he has weak 4G. So he left at screen 2. So let's see what happened. So the first screen, which was choose specialty of the doctor, so it took 1 second to load because it has 4G connection, weak 4G. So Ravi sees the screen and identifies the cardiology option easily because he knows he needs a heart consultation. There are no unfamiliar prompts. Okay. Now in the second screen, choose doctor. He notices the doctor's fees immediately because that's the price, and that's the first thing that comes to the mind. So seeing the cost of upfront makes him worry. Since he was cheated last year, he doesn't trust apps that show payment details without letting him first talk to someone. He is uncomfortable and decides not to proceed any further. So this is actually a real, very real scenario which is possible and which might not be think about while designing. It might or might not, but what you will know someone you'll basically know when someone reports this, or you are actually seeing someone using your app. So that's when you come to know, like, yeah, this also can be a problem. So as a possible fix, provide an option to chat for free with a healthcare assistant before the payment to reassure users like Ravi. I think this is a really great use case here of a bubble, chat bubble, something like that, or a voice agent here. And he can easily, we can do it with AI as well, and he can easily convince them like how this is secure and how this can help them. So we can, like, there are also possible queries that a designer or a user who is using this product might have. So we generate three possible queries, so you can just click any one of them, uh, and it will just, AI will just gives a possible solution for it, which is providing an option for Ravi to chat for free with the healthcare assistant before the payment screen would have likely encouraged him to proceed, which makes sense. Ravi dropped off at the choose doctor screen because he was uncomfortable seeing the doctor's fees. Yeah, we talked about this. This will allow him to build trust and communicate with real person before being asked to pay. Okay. Similarly, we have other cases as well. Meena Raj, she also left at screen to itself. So Meena, yeah, you can see like she identified the main terminology because she knows it, and she knows that she has made the right selection. And when she goes to the next screen, uh, Meena realizes she has selected general physician instead of gynecology. Confused by the doctor's specialty and worried about wasting time, she feels she can't continue without consulting someone. Left without her phone to discuss. Yeah, so as you can see, this can happen when in the selection screen the terminology is different, and the doctor's qualification shown in next screen can be different. So, and this sometimes the issues of the patients can be sensitive, and they would rather like quit rather than like talk to anyone. So yeah, so here are also some suggestions by AI. Let's see some other cases as well. For example, Nisa. Okay, so she has completely finished the she was able to finish the whole workflow, but there were few hiccups, I would say. So, for example, Nisa notices the doctors listed like contact names but is unsure how to judge them. She looks at the stars and years of experience but isn't confident how this translates to trustworthiness of her friend's issue. Add a simple guide or rating caption explaining what stars and experience mean to help users. Yeah, I think this does make sense. uh, Time format, yeah, this can also be a good thing. So as you can see, all these things are like being generated by suggested by AI itself. And you can ask other questions as well in the chat report. You can export the chat as well. uh, I think this is little bit, the UI is broken. You can export it as PDF as of now. I'll just show you the prompts that I have used here, just for clarity. So here are the lenses, the lens that the possible lenses that I have generated. Uh, so trust and fear, money. So like most of the people in like villages, like they are very money conscious, and they might not think about money in the same way as other people think. So like everyone has different type of income. So they calculate the price of a, let's say, consultation in the multiples of how much they earn daily. So many are like daily wage earners, etc., something like that. So pride and faith, sometimes they would not admit that they were not able to do it, and like they would just silently quit the app without even giving a feedback or anything like that. Phone not private, not theirs. Input style, uh, physical reality, cracked phone screen with dead zone. These are actual. These are not just. These are AI generated, but these are like actual scenarios which is a reality if you think about. And I don't think many product designers or uh, uh, product in general people don't think while building this. So yeah, so there are other cases, we can add more cases as well, like this, as we find more scenarios and lenses. And here's the prompt that we use to generate the personas. We generate 5 test users for product design tool focused on non-urban and small town India, generally different humans who fail, succeed, or different response. So this prompt is in prompts.ts file. Anyone can look at it. uh, yeah, so this was the whole flow. This is very very simple app. uh, yeah, just if I just sign out, I can sign in again. I'll have to. Yeah, so I'm logged in again. Yeah. So this was the whole idea behind it. A field research framework to test AI agents and voice interfaces with real users in rural communities. So yeah, so this is it. Also, having said that, this does not replace going to the village and watching someone use your app. It's a cheap first pass. It clears the obvious breaks, so the real field you have is spent on only real people can tell you. So this actually, the real purpose of it is to save time and get some insights which would have taken much more effort previously. But it doesn't replace actually going to field and watching your users use the services built for them. So yeah, so let me just explain now like how I came about this idea and how I the whole workflow. So uh, initially this was not my original idea, I would say. So if you can see, like I had uh, like not sure, let me just search. So when I took part in the hackathon, so the idea was like I was confused about like which one to build. So there was one idea that I had since very long time, which was called AI persona testing for product designers. So this is for like in general product designers for any product, not just tailored to non-urban India. And there was a second idea as well, which is a calm feed for X. So this was a real problem that I faced. I wanted to filter out social media uh, for the things that I just want to see, but unfortunately there's like everyone, they want people to watch triggering content so that it's good for their engagement. Anyways, so then I realized while going halfway through this, so I was doing all my research in a Claude chat. So I was having this voice mode on, and for the first 2 3 days I was just chatting with it, like what should I build and how this will help me, how this will help others, like how this meets the agenda of the hackathon. So I had this for like 2 days, and then in the midway I realized even if I go with this idea, this is not really uh, solves the purpose which this hackathon is for, which is building for humanity. I mean, there's some social cost, social angle to it. So then I went again to the idea wall, and I thought like which idea, which is the best one to pick given my skill sets. And so there was one other thing, yeah, smart earbooks. So this is also I was thinking of picking, but for some reason I realized this thing is like more design focused, and it might take more time than required. And there's no, I was not able to think like how this will help actually. uh, yeah, and if even if I had a like better design, because unfortunately this yearbook concept is very western, I believed. uh, so yeah, so I was not very sure about this. So then finally I decided to work on this. So because this was very close to what my original idea was, this one, it's just more tailored, uh, more niche down to rural AI user testing. So one thing is I missed the voice interfaces part. I wanted to build this, but I will add this in the roadmap. So currently it's only for like re, user interfaces, like apps with text and UI. But this can also be a good thing. Uh, so yeah, so I also edited this idea and had some suggestions to it, and I submitted. I can't see it in here because when I click this thing, I can actually submit some more summary about this, some more details. So I did that. But yeah, so going ahead, this was the whole chat that I was having, and only I also use the idea generator, which is really good. But I had more success, but by just having this cloud conversation, like a very casual conversation. And after like to and fro, finally decided to work on this. And what I did was uh, I asked Cloud to create a handoff document from this chat to start building for the hackathon. and and then sorry, I added this handout document in my cloud code, and then I started walking. So let me just yeah, so it has all the details about like which all things I wanted and which don't I didn't want it. So there was also an idea that I came upon, which is like exporting mixed panel data and importing that in the tool, and user can create automatic personas based on the events and user journeys. But that is, I think, only possible when when an app is already live and they have been getting real data events from those apps. So this is in the roadmap as well, and I'm thinking of building this as a separate product, maybe, because just to solve my own problem. Yeah. And yeah, this is the stack. I'm using Next.js and TypeScript. I'm using Supabase for storage and authentication as well. So uh, yeah, so this was the okay. I think I just yeah. So this is the Supabase setup. I think I might have to reload that because some things I'm not able to see some things which I want to do. So model, we have like very flexible models. So earlier I was using Claude API, but then I made it very flexible. So I'm using both Claude and OpenAI. We can just switch with anyone, switch to any providers anytime. We are using Vercel for deployment, and this is my public repo, and this is the Vercel live URL. Having said that, there's some details also about the model selection. So yeah, I'll just pick it up. So we are using Claude Sonnet 5 when using Anthropic for persona generation, and for the walkthrough, same model for both. For OpenAI GPT 4o. So there's one thing. So earlier when I built this just for testing, so the first thing I built was the persona generation and the walkthrough, because that was the most important part. So uh, the issue with that was I was getting very high cost. Yeah, so the cost was very high. So it was approximately $0.1 uh, per call. So I realized we don't need both like very high end model for just for all this stuff, for all of the calls. So I had to split it. So we are using a different model for persona generation and different model for creating the walkthrough. So yeah, but then a different problem that I faced was the quality of the walkthrough was very bad when using a cheaper model. Uh, so it was generating same, like very similar report for all the personas. So we had to shift back to like using a heavy, I mean, sorry, a high end model, the latest model for at least the walkthrough. Uh, and we are caching the images as well uh, to reduce the token cost, and we are downscaling the image as well. uh, yeah, so this is the steps to do it locally. And I have the Figma. I did a very simple Figma prototype as well. So these are the images I generated using AI, using Figma AI itself. So I had this, I picked some pictures from real pictures from Pinterest, and then converted it to a Ghibli style art and used it here. And yeah, that's it. So all these are like AI generated. And yeah, so I took inspiration for website as well from Pinterest itself. Yeah, I think this is the whole idea. uh, just let me know like if there's any feedback or anything that is breaking while testing this, I'm happy to fix it. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah.